Good morning. This is Debbie from Stamps and Stuff, and I'm coming to you from beautiful Lake Havasu City, Arizona, on the Colorado River. I am an independent Stampin' Up! Demonstrator, and I'm excited today to share with you one of the techniques that has been a class favorite for many years. Now with this, you don't have to worry about writing down any particulars or anything, because on the website I have a PDF tutorial that you can print off. It has a photo of the card. It has a complete instructions on how to do this technique and the supply list. So that is free for you. Also, you might want to get a notebook because we will be doing this every week. I have this is one of my technique books here, and so there is just tons and tons and tons of techniques that I would love to share with you. I've been teaching for over 20 years, so I have got just boatloads of techniques. We used to have them on sheets like this, and we would put them in a notebook. Just get a regular 3-ring binder and set it up, and then if you want to email me, I will send you an index of some of the tutorials we'll be starting with. And as a sneak peek for next week, this is what we will be doing. And this is a tie-dye, and it's just done with computer paper. Great background, fun technique, one of my most favorites. So that's what's on deck for next week. Okay, so let's get started here with this. Now these leaves really, the camera does not do them justice. Here I'm looking. They really have a real translucent effect to them because of the vellum and the chalk and the technique. So anyway, you might want to get your stuff together and try this, because I think you will really be happy. Okay, let me get going here. Oh, hang on just a second. I need to get my vellum. I'm sorry. I shot this video a few minutes ago, and I'm new to working with Switcher Studio, and I have 3 cameras, and I'm watching. It's like being in an airliner in a cockpit, and so I'm watching all the monitors and everything. And I was watching the wrong one, and apparently I had not put it on output. So I was talking to you, but I was not broadcasting. Okay, what we're going to do is you want to start off with, you want, you can use any leaf stamp. What you want to do is you want to have one that has some real definition to it. It's got some detail. Now you can stamp ones like this particular one just was a flat stamp, but it did have the veining in it. So you have to have at least the veining. You don't want to have just a leaf silhouette type flat stamp. So the more detail, the better this is going to work. So, and what we're going to do is we're going to stamp this on a Versamark pad. And I'm going to stamp this a ways apart, because as I shave the chalk off, it kind of spreads, so that way I can work in 3 separate areas. Okay. Now what I have here, I used to own a stamp store for many, many years in town, and so I've taught classes for over 20 years, and I had some really cool chalks, and we had a fire, so I lost a lot of stuff. But anyway, this set works okay. I would like to have a larger set that has more browns and more greens in it so that you can get that coloring, a little more coloring in your leaves, but this does work. And this is just a cheap set. I think I got it at Hobby Lobby. So anyway, okay, what we're going to do is we've got our leaves stamped. I'm going to take a craft knife, an X-Acto knife, and what I'm going to do here is I'm just going to start shaving, and now this is going to come off like a powder. And rather than go all over everything with every color, when you go to rub it in, it's going to just end up kind of a mess. And if you get too many colors together, it usually turns brown and you don't get any definition. You can't see, you know, if you look at a fall leaf, it's going to have some areas that are going to be, you know, orange, some are yellow, some are green, red, all different colors. So we kind of want to keep the colors a little bit segregated here. And the Versamark ink really is, it's kind of a sticky ink, so it's really, really good for this process. Okay, now I'm going to take and I'm going to get a little bit of this yellowish color here. And then now, and don't worry because your hands are going to get all messed up, so you want to make sure that you've got some baby wipes or something. So I'm going to catch the edges with this kind of burnt red color. Okay. This is the secret to card making. Always keep your hands clean unless you want to have your project tweaked. Not fun. Been there, done that. Ask me how I know. Okay. Get this. Okay, now what you're going to do is you're just going to take your fingertip and you're going to rub, and what I'm going to do is I'm going to start a little just at the base where this green is and rub just a little bit. Then I'm going to wipe my fingers off and I'm going to go a little bit in with this yellower color. And then I'm going to go back in with this reddish color. Brick, I guess it kind of looks like. So kind of reminds me of, you know, when you're a little kid in kindergarten doing your finger painting. Okay, so what you're going to do is you're going to take a soft blush brush, you know, makeup brush. And I love this one. So I have this here so I can keep everything off of my craft area. You don't have to have one this big, but I'm going to kind of brush it off here. And don't worry, it's going to look like a hot mess for right now. But as it dries, it's going to look really cool. See, like these? As it dries, the color is going to come out. And what happens when you do the fussy cutting and you cut all of this away. See, you're getting this dark color in here around, so it's kind of distorting how these leaves are going to look. But as you fussy cut them out, here, I'll fussy cut one. And as it dries, it's going to change. So basically, when you fussy cut, you want to keep your scissors where they are, and you move your paper around, and that's what makes it the easiest. So you move the paper, and actually your scissors kind of stay where they are. So there are some people that, to them, fussy cutting is like fingers on nails on a chalkboard. But others, it feels relaxing to them. I'm kind of both ways with it. It depends, I guess, how much time I've got and everything. Now see, that will look, let me see, do I have a piece of white paper here? Now this one still is not dry, but see, when you look at these and then you look at this one, see the difference? And it's putting it on a lighter background, getting this dark cut away from it, and giving it a little ability to dry. So that's basically where we are. So we will go ahead and start our card. I get my bits and pieces out. Okay. Get this one here to fish through all my, and like I said, the dimensions will all be on the PDF tutorial, along with a photograph of this project and any supplies that you need for it. I love this mono adhesive glue. Gives you the opportunity to kind of slide it around and make sure that it gets in the right spot. Now this soft suede in behind that I'm putting, it's not completely around, but I'm doing that kind of for interest. In other words, you don't want to have everything the same all the time. Things don't have to be even. The more interest that you can put in your product, the better it's going to look. This is your take your pick tool, and it is probably my most favorite. Whoop, I have picked up chalk. Ooh. That might just, we might have to kind of get that cleaned up a little bit. My daddy was an engineer, so he's kind of was a detail person. This is a mono sand eraser, and what it does is it gently takes off the first layer of your whoop, I don't have my sander. Okay. Let me try this one. Oh, that was glue. The way that came off, it was glue. Okay. We've got that off. Now what I'm going to do is I'm going to take these leaves and I'm going to kind of just bend them, I'm going to crease them right where the veins are so they look kind of more like a leaf. If you go out in your yard and you see the fall leaves, they won't be totally flat. They will be kind of crumpled up and bent here and bent there, and so you can bend them either way. But you just want to kind of manipulate those. This is kind of a messy technique. Okay, so what I'm going to do here is I'm just going to start putting these on. Kind of like they're falling a little bit. Okay, now what this is, actually I've had this in my stash for a long time, and that's all this is. I cut pieces off and then I just kind of fray the ends a little bit just to give it a little bit of interest. You got to change that up just a little bit. Get my glue dots, or what I affectionately call as snot dots. I'm going to put a couple here to keep that in place. And I'm going to kind of put this here. Whoop, that one stuck to my finger. Came through. Let me put another one in under there. Okay, now what I'm going to do here, I'm going to put the sentiment on, and then I'll put the last leaf. I like to get those little dimensional bits up because they tend to travel into my house and they end up all over the tile floor and drives me nuts. Okay, now I'm going to take my handy dandy little bow jig that my hubby made for me and make a bow. If you're interested in one of these, just go to the website and hit the contact me, and I might be able to talk him into making a couple more. Oh. Wait a minute, that slipped. Let me try this again. You just cross these up and over like between the goal posts and tie it. And you want to slide that kind of to the center. Pull this off, and I like to mush my bows up just a little bit so the loops kind of flip. Okay, and I will get my snot dots here. And I will put this right here. Mush up the bow. Cut off the tails. Okay. Alrighty, now I'll get this last one in here, kind of, probably about so. Okay. Then want to work on the inside, and always with your cards you want to make sure that your theme carries through to the inside. Okay, so what we're going to do is make sure we've got a clean stamp, and this is my Simply Chamois, and I love it. It just is the only way to go when you're cleaning your stamps. Okay, so this is what's known as direct to rubber. We're going to go direct with this. It's a Stampin' Right marker, and we're going to go directly onto the rubber with the brush end. Now what you don't want to do is you don't want to go right on the tip of your marker, because that will tweak your markers and you won't get a good shelf life. And these are several years old already, so they are fine. Go on the side of your marker. I'm going to get some green in there. Whoop. And then I'm going to get some of this burnt brick color. And you can do it two ways. You can take and you can, I don't know if you can see me here. I'm going to spritz into the air, and then I'm just going to bring the stamp through it. Or you can huff on it like that to wet up the ink. And then press straight down. Give it a second or two for the ink to transfer. And then pull up. Let's clean this off again here. And I'm going to do the envelope here. Okay. Checking my monitor here to make sure that I am actually broadcasting. Okay, this time I'm just going to huff it so you can see how that comes out too. And what that does is the moisture of your breath wets the ink back up again. Okay, so see there. Okay. Now then we'll just mount this onto the inside. We've got our inside taken care of, and no naked envelopes. And we are about Done. Okay. So, see these and the envelope. Now, I'd appreciate it if you like this video that you will comment or like or share, and if you do, you'll be entered into a drawing, and this drawing we're having for a paper pumpkin, and we'll be drawing the first of the month. We have drawings all the time. If there's any of these products that you need that you can get at my online store, and if you will use this host code here, if your order is $35 before tax and shipping, you get a free gift from me, and that is this set of note cards. And there are 24 envelopes and 24 cards, and on the website I have an example of some of the projects that you can do with them. They're really cute. So anyway, I would appreciate that, and if you're looking for a demonstrator, I would love to earn your business and have you be part of our team. Check out the website, and all the pertinent information is there. And if you have any questions that you need answered, just hit the contact button and send me a little jingle, and I'll be happy to get with you. So I think we've just about got everything taken care of. So hope you enjoyed this. Next Tuesday I'll do another Technique Tuesday, and this coming Friday I'll be on with another live, and so hope to see you there. Thanks for stopping by and taking some of your